In this video, I'm going to share with you one of my best and easiest proven strategies that will increase your performance in your Google Ads campaign. And the best news is that this strategy will work regardless of your niche, regardless of the industry you're servicing, or regardless of your product. So it doesn't matter if you're trying to find out how to increase your e-commerce sales or how to get more inquiries for your business, this strategy is going to help you. And you will know that this strategy is working when you see this in your Google Ads campaign. Now, I want to stress that this is something that you would not have heard before, as this is not just make sure you have only one keyword theme in each ad group, or use ad extensions, or make sure you target by audiences, and all of those other Google Ads strategy videos. And let me be clear, they are actually not strategies. They are just core principles that you should have in every single Google Ads campaign. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I will share with you the links so that you can go through and watch my other videos so that you can make sure that your campaign is set up correctly. But right now, let's get to my best strategy. And this is a strategy that relates to your campaign structure and budget allocations. And even though that sounds simple, this is a core strategy that will still be relevant 5 years from now. And the reason for that is that you need to understand that budgets are set at a campaign level. And because they are set at that campaign level, you need to make sure that you've got your budget allocations correctly matched to the campaign structure that you're wanting to achieve. If we haven't met yet, my name is Aaron Young and I'm your 15,000 hour Google Ads master. Let's get into the teaching. So as I said, the strategy that we're going to talk about today is all about your campaign budget allocations. And the core mistake that a lot of people make in their campaign structure is that when they're looking at structuring their campaigns and their ad groups, they're purely focused on making sure that all of their ad groups only have one keyword theme. And I don't want to underestimate it. That is a very important thing that you need to achieve. You need to make sure that each ad group only has one keyword theme. And that's so that you can make sure that your ad copies are relevant and they also go into relevant landing pages. So for example, if you're running an e-commerce store which is selling men's shirts, you should have separate and different ad groups for when you're selling polo shirts, t-shirts, or long sleeve t-shirts. But what many people forget to consider when they're going through and allocating out their budgets is they forget to review and look at the cost of traffic, as in the average cost per click, and then also the volume of traffic, which looks at as how much is each individual keyword theme going to be costing you. And to explain this, let me show you an example of what I mean. But firstly, here is a shameless plug. Could you please help me and subscribe to my channel? Thank you so much. Let's get into the teaching. So what you can see here is our keyword research, and we have already gone through and broken out our individual keywords into these different ad groups. And usually what most people would do is just to put them all in one campaign into different ad groups. So if I had to put them all into one campaign, I would have definitely achieved the goal of making sure that all of our keywords are targeted so that we've got targeted ads and targeted landing pages for users' different keyword searches. But what the issue is, and what many people forget to consider, is the estimated CPC and also the estimated cost. So I've already gone through and broken these out into some different campaigns, and we broke them into 3 different campaigns: a high traffic and high CPC, a general campaign, and then our niche keyword campaign. So when I'm creating campaigns, after we've gone through and actually allocated and set out our ad groups to only have one keyword theme in each ad group, I then also go through and actually have a look at the estimated traffic through the clicks and the impressions, and then also go through and have a look at the estimated CPC. Now I've color coded these, so if you can see the red ones, see what they all have in common. They all have a very, very high cost per click of over $30. So the difference between our red ad groups and our green ad groups is that while they both have a high traffic volume, they have a very different cost per click. And you can see here through the estimated cost is that Google is estimating that 1,100 clicks would actually cost us close to $43,000. But for then this green ad group, we could achieve nearly double that at 2,100 clicks for $17,000. And then if we go all the way down to our niche and long tail keywords, you can actually see that although the CPC was high, it was at $41, the search volume was really low. So if we had grouped all of these ad groups together, what would have happened is that these red ad groups and keyword themes that were placed into the high traffic, high CPC ad group would have actually taken all of our budget, not allowing for the full potential of these green and yellow ad groups to be able to add to our overall campaign performance. And let me show you how this actually looks and works in our campaign. So you can see here we've got our 3 different campaigns: our high traffic CPC, our general, and our niche. Now as we go through and have a look, they're all generating a high level of clicks, but as expected, the high traffic has got the highest amount of clicks. They're all generating a good level of conversions, and then as expected, our niche keywords have the highest conversion rate and the lowest cost cost per conversion. But what is most important out of this whole screen, and the reason why we know that this strategy is working, is when we go through and actually add in and have a look at the search lost IS budget. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this metric, what this metric looks at is it looks at the search lost impression share because of your budget. And it estimates how often your ad didn't show on the search network due to a low budget. So the reason why we know that we've set our budget allocations correctly is because when we look at this general campaign, we're losing under 1% of our traffic because of our budget. And then in the niche campaign, we're not losing any traffic because of our budget. And then our high traffic, high CPC, we're only losing 21%. But that is a good sign. And the reason for that is because we know that our total budget is being allocated and spent, but we're not losing any traffic or potential conversions to the general and the niche campaigns, which have higher conversion rates and lower acquisition costs. So if we hadn't added in that campaign separation and put everything into just one general campaign, what would have happened is that we would have lost out on a lot more conversion activity because these high traffic, high cost keywords would be taking in all of our budget, not allowing any money to be spent on our general and niche keywords, which have higher conversion rates and lower acquisition costs. So from today, when you're planning out your campaigns and ad groups, I don't only want you to think about grouping your keywords together so that you've only got one keyword theme in each ad group, but you need to also consider other factors like the individual average cost per click per keyword theme, and also the individual traffic volume for each of your keyword themes. And by doing this, we're making sure that we're not losing any traffic volume to those keywords which may not have as much volume, so they may have a low search volume, but they're going to be converting at a much higher rate. So an important factor to remember when you're creating a Google Ads strategy is how can you best allocate your individual campaign budgets to make sure that you're going to be getting the highest volume of clicks and impressions that are going to lead to those valuable sales and conversions. So why don't you let me know about your thoughts about budget allocations, and once you've implemented it into your campaign, I'd love to hear your results in the comments section. Also, just for staying around in this video, I want to give you free access to my Google Ads optimization checklist. And this is a free checklist which you can use, and it's going to show you exactly what you need to optimize in your Google Ads account every week, every month, and every 90 days. If you want to get your checklist, just follow the link in the description. Now, finally, in regards to those other videos, if you want to learn more about the one keyword theme method and how you should be correctly structuring your ad groups, I want you to go through and watch this video right here. Or if you think you need to learn more about ad copy and you want to know the secret elements that need to be included in every single ad so that people don't just see your ads, but that they click on your ads, go through and watch this video right here. As always, it's been a pleasure teaching you, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video. See ya.